we go. Okay, True Connect EBB only tablet activation training. Here we go. First thing you do, guys, you're going to log in. So your agent login is here. And again, you guys will get a copy of this to your managers, and you'll also get sent to you in the mail or in email your username and password. So once you log in, guys, it's going to take you to the onboarding screen. But before we get there, I just want to kind of show you the program for you newbies on the call. DBB program was created by the FCC in response to the COVID-19 pandemic to help every consumer that qualifies afford broadband service and connected internet devices. The EBB only line is 8 gigabytes of data plus Wi-Fi hotspot device every month. The Wi-Fi hotspot device, guys, is what makes this thing awesome. You know, you can actually hook up up to 9 devices to this tablet. This isn't an ordinary tablet. You know, I've got a $400 iPad, and it can't nearly do what this thing can do. Long story short, they've kind of modified it so it would not only work for the logging on devices, so people who lived at home could actually use the internet, but they also made it where it was able for this device to log on and do Zoom calls at the same time. So it has great capability. Here's the tablet itself. It's a Sunshine tablet. There's actually 2 different tablets, but we'll go into that another time. The database. You know, for customers who want to apply for Lifeline and EBB in all states outside of California and Texas, agents can complete the Lifeline with EBB application. For Lifeline only or EBB enrollments. So customers in the inland states, which is the states that most of these people on this call are in, will not need to create a National Verifier account. TrueConnect's application will take you directly to the National Verifier, then bring you back to the application. For those of you who don't know what the National Verifier is, it's just a third-party app that verifies the identity of a particular, of your customer, and matches the identity to them on a state program, like for instance, unemployment or food stamps or Medicaid. It matches your application with their application and kind of brings everything together. In most cases,
Freddie,
yes,
Freddie, I don't think your PowerPoints are updating.
What are you talking about?
Your screen share, it's still stuck on the main screen that you originally brought. It's not.
Oh, sorry, Chris. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah. So it's like I know that you were talking about everything, but it just went over a lot of our heads.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, we see it. Yeah, we see it now.
Okay. Do I need to go back here to where we were?
Yes. Please. Thank you.
Okay. So just 8 gigabytes of data with a lot of the Wi-Fi hotspot. Here's the device. Guys, can you see it now, Chris? Is it flipping through?
Crystal clear.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So anyways, the National Verifier, in most cases, customers will be automatically approved in that verifier. In other cases, customers could be asked to upload proof of program eligibility, proof of identity, or proof of residence. They will also need to complete the agreement section. So let's roll on to the next. Okay. Here we go. Here's the EBB program eligibility, guys. This is what it's going to take. This is the eligibility to be signed up for this program or any other EBB program. Households can qualify for the EBB program, and this is exciting, guys, by showing that at least one member of their household meets these criteria, participates in the FCC Lifeline program, which is basically the Obama phone program, has a household income at or below 135% of federal poverty limit, which I think is about $13,000 or somewhere in there. Participates in a qualifying government program like Medicaid, SNAP, SSI, which is not to be confused with Social Security. This is a supplemental security income, SSI, and this is it's a government supplement, as opposed to Social Security is the monetary that you pay into, and it's your money. The federal public housing assistance, veterans and survivors pension benefit, tribal programs. Okay, guys, if anyone on this call has the N with any sort of reservation, tribe, casino, anything on an Indian land, the tribal lands program pays or adds another $25 to the $50 per month that they will receive for signing up for the program. That obviously comes off of their bill, but it's instead of $50 like it is for the rest of the world, it's $75 for tribal lands. I think it's a gold run. I don't think anyone's on that. I've talked to several groups, and no one has said that they've gone down that path yet. So if you haven't a way in, I'm telling you guys, that's big money. All of the tribal programs qualify. The additional ones, which should get you guys super excited, and which really also includes 90% of America, is if you participate in the free or reduced priced school lunch or school breakfast program, experienced a substantial documented loss of income since February 29, 2020. Now, substantial, that could really, it varies. Substantial to one person is certainly, it wouldn't be substantial to another. So pretty much any loss of income in that time works. And if your home has a total income at or below $99,000 for a single filer or $198,000 for joint filers. Okay, take a second and take that in. So in other words, if you experienced any loss of income from not going to work because you had to stay at home, and you make $99,000 a year or $198,000 as a family, you qualify for this program. Now that in itself, guys, should just get you excited as hell, because that means pretty much everyone does. Most everyone for the most part, actually, just our country itself, I think the average income per capita in our country, is $38,000. So pretty much everyone qualifies, guys. If you receive the federal Pell Grant, now Pell Grant, that really applies to like colleges. If you're at a UC or a state school, and you had any sort of a Pell Grant, which most of them do, or a lot of people did, you qualify. Or if you qualify for participating providers' existing low-income COVID-19 relief programs. So those are the qualifiers. So let's get started, guys. So getting started, you're going to need a couple things. First and foremost, if you guys are taking this door to door, you're going to want to carry some hand sanitizer and some napkins or paper towel, because you will be handing your device over to the customer at least one time. When you're with a customer, whether they come to your table or you're at the door, they're going to need a couple things. They're going to definitely need a valid ID. Without a valid ID, you really can't go any farther. They're also going to need the money that you're charging them for the tablet, guys. And here's the thing. It's the law states, the FCC guidelines law states that we have to charge for this tablet. And the good news is, if we don't charge for it, we don't have any value in this darn thing. So I think I'll let the managers kind of just take you down the path on what you guys want to charge. I will say that the average charge right now is about $30. They're getting about $30 a piece for them. And they're totally selling the value, guys. And we'll go into that a little bit later. So always have a hand sanitizer and a towel. Also have a pad and paper and a pen with you at all times, because you're going to have to write down some things with the customer. And you should write this down too as well right now. Is you're going to always want to get their phone number, their email address, the last four of their social, and you're going to create a 4-digit PIN for the customer. Now that PIN's always going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. The customer can always change it later. Okay? You're also going to create a username and password for the customer a little bit later in this presentation. So keep that in mind as well. And username and password, we always use the first and last name with no middle name, no middle initial, all small caps. And as far as the password, I'll let your manager come up with one that you guys can all use together, and it just keeps it a lot easier. The customer will always be able to change this password and username at their convenience, but this is for your convenience, okay, guys? So first thing you're going to do is, when enrolling customers in Lifeline, you're going to select EBB only. So if you look to the right here on the top of the screen with the arrows pointing down, start new EBB only, okay? When you click that, it's going to take you to this page. You're going to enter the customer's zip code and a valid email address. Now, guys, you need to get a valid email address and let the customer know that this is super important, because if we don't get a valid email address and TrueConnect contacts them in the next 45 days, which they will by email, and they don't respond, they will shut that device off. Okay, and it leaves a possibility for a chargeback for you. So make sure we get a valid email. Okay, so once you get the email in, guys, click to apply. Boom, it takes you right here. All simple stuff. You're gonna start with their first and last name, no middle initial, never middle initial, guys. Their address, and the apartment number if they have one, city, state, zip. Now under apartment number, guys, write this down. You're never going to write unit or apartment. You're just going to put the apartment number. If it's 20, just put 20. Under residential address, this is why you're always going to want to have them with a valid ID, because you're going to want to take that ID into your hands, guys. At this point, you're going to hold their ID, and you're going to input the information from that ID directly into the system, exactly how it is on their ID. Now, that's the rule. That's the rule of thumb. Now, there's always an exception to every rule, and we'll go into that here in a second. But the primary rule is you take the ID, you write down the information exactly as it appears. We're dealing with what's called a POR system, guys. And in layman's terms, what that means is it's two computers that talk to each other. I mentioned earlier about the government computer. So if there's already, most of these guys are already in the system in one way or another. And let's say they qualified under Medicaid. So there's a Medicaid file on this customer. So when you input the information on your side and it communicates with the other computer on the POR process, if there's anything that's not the same, it's going to kick that application up and it's going to put it in pending. Now, the good news is pending just takes a few minutes to clear, but if you want to speed through these orders, especially if you have a line of people, get used to doing this exactly the right way, so hold up any pending. So you're gonna input the data exactly as it is on the ID. Okay, if it says Pacific Street and the P is capitalized and the S in street is capitalized, that's how you put it down. If street is spelled out, that's how you put it down. Exactly how it is. Okay. Then after you get that input exactly how it is, you're going to copy just the address part right here. So write this down, guys. You're going to copy this with your mouse and just hold it. And you're going to use this again in a second, and I'll explain then. But super easy. Just do it the right way. Slow down, guys. This whole process takes 9 minutes. There's no need to be in a hurry. If you get in a hurry, it's going to take you 25 minutes instead of 9. So just slow down. Do these things slowly, methodically, and then get through it. So you're going to fill the rest of this out. Here you're going to select, create the 4-digit PIN for the customer. You're going to select no on the rural address. You're going to go to next. You're going to be on part 2. Here's where you're going to sign up for the qualifying program. So whatever the customer is qualifying for, whether it's the income, Pell Grant, lunch program, you click that here, okay? If the program's not here, there's a drop-down box right here in blue that'll have the rest of the programs listed out. Okay, once you've done that, it's going to take you to here. If a customer is opted in the EBB program and would like to receive a tablet from the agent, click yes when asked, will you be providing this customer with a tablet today? Okay, so you're always going to click here, yes, and don't worry about getting these right now. I'm going to show you a picture of what this should look like when you're done. You can take a picture of that. So if you're providing the customer with a tablet, phone, or hotspot, select no to the question asking whether the customer wants to use their own device. It's always no. If the customer wants to use their own device, always no. And here, guys, is where you should take the picture. This is exactly what you want it to look like prior to hitting next and getting processed. So if your screen looks like that, obviously minus, whatever they qualified for, that's going to be different here. But right here, no, click this and click this. If it looks like this, you're dialed in and you're going to click next. I'll wait for a few seconds for you guys to take a picture because I think this is a very important page for that. And then we'll move next. Here we go. Once you do that, guys, sit back and relax. The order is going to show in pending. At this point, you're going to refresh your screen on the top, after about 45 seconds. And your screen's going to go from this. Your screen's going to go from this, guys, to this. Please mute your phone, guys.
The page.
Hey, guys, please mute your phone.
Steven, can you mute your line? Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So it's going to go from this screen, guys, to this screen, and it's going to show right here, congratulations, you have been submitted successfully, and your order number is right here. At this point, you're going to want to write down that order number, guys. Okay? It's still going to show pending here, so you're going to keep refreshing your screen, and after about a minute, 45 seconds to a minute, this will appear on your screen right here. See this box? Okay, at this point, guys, this is where we're almost done. You're going to grab the tablet, the box, and on the side of that box, there's a sticker on the outside. You're going to show a SIM number, and it's going to show an IMEI number. Okay? On the SIM number, just type it in exactly how it is on the box, except for when you get to the very end, write this down. Do not put the F at the end. There's a letter at the very end. You do not want to include that. So the SIM number minus the F. Then type in the IMEI number, guys. And then here you're going to put whatever price it was you charged them. So it's at $30. You just put 30. Click submit. Guys, refresh your browser, and we are done. You've got a tablet receipt here. You can take a picture for the customer, and you've now successfully enrolled the customer with that tablet. Now there's only one step left, guys, and this is where we need to activate the tablet. Okay. Now, for some reason your order doesn't go through ABC like it should, it's gonna reroute you to NAT Verify. This is the National Verifier section, and the customer's gonna go through and you're just gonna fill this out for the customer. Okay. Why you need to create a username and password is right here. You're going to create the username and password. And the reason why you want to keep the address and all those other items I told you to write down to save for each customer is because when you go back into this Lifeline, if you have to, which is a 40% chance you will on every customer, you're going to want that information handy. You don't want to have to ask the customer again, and you just want to have the information with you. So if you have to go through Lifeline, no big deal. They'll submit. And guys, you'll be done. It'll take you back to this process here, and you'll get the customer done, and you're done. Lastly, guys, is you're going to activate the tablet. Now you're going to want to write this down because this is super important. It takes just a few minutes, and it's not complicated, but you need to know how to do it. So you're going to turn the tablet on for the customer, guys. You're going to turn it on. You're going to wait about a minute and a half for it to completely update itself and load. Then you're going to go to settings. And you're gonna scroll down to where you see the data, DATA data. It'll be the data for the device. And what the data does is it allows the customer to go on the internet, just like your phone would when you turn your phone on. You use the data on your phone to go on the internet and shop or whatever you do. So you're gonna go to data. You're gonna turn it on. You'll know it's on because the little blue button will turn blue. Okay. Once the data's on, you're gonna open up Google or whatever web browser you prefer. Find any website. I usually just have the guys go to YouTube and open up a song. Find any website, click on it, and as long as your device is clicked onto their website, the data's been activated, and you're ready to go. Give it to the customer, and they can go. Now, do not ever use the Wi-Fi choice. The Wi-Fi will only connect to the Wi-Fi that's wherever you're at, and you'll be using their data. The data on the tablet has to get activated. I'll give you an example if it doesn't. So let's say the customer takes the tablet home and you never activate it, and they go onto their Wi-Fi and they start using the tablet, right? And maybe a month later or whenever they want to, they go on a vacation for the week and they take the tablet with them, and then they turn the tablet data on because they need it because they're outside of their home. Well, at that moment that they turn that tablet data on, that's what triggers TrueConnect to that the tablet's been activated, and they can pay us commissions on it. So if you want to not worry about your commissions being put off for until the customer activates their device, definitely take the 2 minutes, activate the tablet properly, and go to data, turn it on, and make sure it connects to a browser. Other than that, guys, that's it. I'm going to walk you through just a couple pictures here of phone numbers that you're going to need. This here is the customer agent relations number. This is the absolutely very best customer service on the planet. If you have any issues at all or if something's impending, you call this number here, the 844-671-5047. They're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific, and Sundays 9 to 8 Pacific. You can also email them here at agentrelationsteam@trueconnect.com. These guys know what they're doing. They'll get your things out of pending quickly, and you really enjoy what they have to offer. If you find that you get a new agent for some reason, and sometimes this happens, who doesn't know how to fix whatever problem that you have, here's what you simply need to say to that new agent. Yes, Mr. New Agent, I totally understand. Yesterday I had the very same problem, and the agent told me that he couldn't fix it, but he got someone else on the phone who could, and they got it to work. So can you grab somebody else? And you say it that way just so you can kind of, obviously save the fact that that they're new and they don't know what they're doing. Anyways, if you do that, they will resolve pretty much every single issue, guys. from system outages, escalations, address validation issues, order status, troubleshooting, startup issues, password reset, unlocking credentials, all that stuff. Okay, so make sure you have this number in your Rolodex, speed dial 1, and this is the number you're going to give the customer. So whether you're knocking doors or whether you have a table set up, you're going to want to take a picture of this and laminate it, because you do not want the customer coming to you and asking you how to fix their device, or if they drop it in water or break it or lose it, or whatever reason that a customer is going to have to come find you. You're going to want to take a picture of this with their device, let them know that this number's on their phone, and they can call this for any issues at all. Okay, so super important number to have, guys. Make sure that you take a picture with every customer, or you'll regret it. I promise you. So that being said, we're going to jump right into the video, and then we're going to take some more questions, guys, and I'll let you go. So hold tight, please, as I share the video here.